I make these videos for my son has something to look back over, but I also make these videos to change the narrative of how people try to perceive me or how they try to make me out to look when I'm out in the community amongst other people. Sometimes people try to make me look like a fool. They have. Some people don't understand why have I been so close to my child, my son. I'm gonna tell you why. When my son was born at the hospital, some people maybe get mad. I'm gonna show this. I'm not gonna show all of it. Anyway, his mother had certain things that were in her system. Let's see, she had marijuana in her system, and she had methamphetamine in her system when my son was born. I was not aware. I'm gonna tell you why. Because I spent majority of my time working, driving from Rocky Mount to Raleigh every day to work, to come home, to come back to her place that she had at the time, giving her my money and resources to make her life better and comfortable because she was going through divorce. I didn't want to leave, even though there were some red flags, but I didn't want to leave because I knew divorces can be ugly. And with me not knowing that she had all that in her system when she gave birth to him at the hospital, they kept her at the hospital for another 2 weeks. I didn't know why. I was just told that I was told that she had a allergic reaction to the epidural because it was the first time having one. When I got back to my job, they sent me in for a random during that time, and I passed it with flying colors because, like I said, I never did anything. They were trying to find ways to fire me then, but they couldn't because I had a clean system. I had a clean record. People tried to make me look very bad. Some people have called me, even some females, I had the word be careful about going to say howlers because they called me over there. And then once I get there, either they try to have somebody either come over there and rob me, try to provoke me to anger. Then they want to call the law on me to try to put these petty little charges on me that they have their own illegal things going on in their home. And they try to attach my name to it. They try to make me look like a bad individual when I'm the complete opposite. I'm sitting here trying to be involved in my child's life, and people steady trying to attach themselves to me to pull me down and separate what I can't help how it came out, how the situation turned out. But hey, God will take a bad situation and make it good for the benefit of his kingdom. And I had a choice. I could have walked away. I could have, but every single time, no, stay. The Spirit, Holy Spirit, stay. Because we're gonna break this cycle of generational curse that's been plagued our family for many, many years. People will play church and stir up confusion and try to fool. It's easy to fool people. It's easy to go to divinity school and get a degree and get up in the pulpit and pretend to be something that you're not and trick a whole community. It's very easy. But I made sure that I'm present in my child's life to make sure he knows that I cared. That I care. I've given up, like I say, even as a helper during the time at the company I was working with, I was making $55,000 a year. But that's why they told me I didn't qualify for any of the assistance that when he was at the daycares and stuff because I had to pay full price. So I had a choice. I was not going to allow my father to raise a child. My father didn't even raise me and my sister. He didn't. He wasn't allowed to even really be around us for a certain time or period. That's when my mother moved us to a whole nother city, and he didn't really even know where we were at for a while. I'm speaking the truth now because I'm tired of people playing games behind my back. My money that I worked while I was working, even came a time when my stepfather he didn't even want me around my mother's house. But they moved me to my great grandmother's house. It was 60 miles away from Raleigh. So I drove from a little town called outside of Tarboro daily to Raleigh, which at the end of the week, my paychecks were looking very short, very slim. But I still came home with a smile on my face because I got me something to eat. It's been the older men in my family that have done the most to try to make me look like something I'm not. Whether it's been my father, my stepfather, my uncles. They try to make me out to look like a, I don't know, maybe it does something to their spirit, man, because, hey, I'm actually trying to do something different. I'm trying to actually be presence in a child's life. And like I said, my son, are you happy, son?
Yes.
Would you like to meet any other families?
Huh?
Would you? That's a question. Try to true. Would you like to meet any other family? Is there any other family that you want to know? Are you happy where you at?
Yeah.
Are you very happy where you at?
Yeah.
So I don't do anything illegal. I don't do anything illegal around my son. So I don't even need nobody to try to approach me when I'm out with my son. No, I'm a helicopter parent. I protect my child. That's what we do. Provide with whatever resources you have coming in. Protect and make sure your presence is known. So I'm there. I'm there. I need for you all, like I say, man, get into your word, read that Bible, feed that spirit, man, just as much as you feed that natural. Like I said, I keep all paperwork, not only here. I have a friend, she's a lawyer. She keeps a lot of my personal information on file. Like I said, yes, I spent over $200,000 between before he was even 8. He's 11 now. So a lot of the other money I was coming out of my savings. I had to make things shift around, pull something out of this account, do these little small odd jobs. I did that. I left a job that was $55,000 a year. I'm not talking about when I left and they rehired me back, because they rehired me one time under a whole management system, and they tried to start me off at the bottom. And I said, I know this ain't gonna work. When I started my business, I was making more, and I still do, than I would working a regular 9 to 5. I just don't advertise how much money I have coming in. It's not for everyone to know. I can sit still and I'm all right. I'm good. But I've got tired of people taking advantage of me and stealing from me, trying to make me, take my resources, stealing from my accounts. Family members attaching that, yes, they were stealing from my accounts. They know they were. I don't know how to operate Cash Apps, never had. But sometimes when you would go places and people wanted you to, they asked to use your phone because either they done lost theirs, and then they take your phone and hook up, to your personal banking information you had on your phone. They ought to be ashamed of themselves for that. They ought to be ashamed. But those curses will come back on them. That's why I say in the Bible, touch not my anointed, cause my prophets no harm. Be careful how you treat people so you don't put curses on your children, your grandchildren, and your great grandchildren down the line. This thing is real, spiritual warfare. That's what people don't understand, the power of prayer. A person can take me and strip me of everything I got. I got God. And my faith is what's going to carry me through. I don't have to worry about nobody causing me no harm, do nothing to me. Because I know God's got me. And angels will come in like wind, like air. And a person will never know what's going on in their life because they don't put either that bad mouth or try to cause harm to a real child of God. This thing is real, man. So people, they put on their Sunday best to go to church on Sunday. That's false advertisement. Because some of your real true Christians go through the strongest battles and struggles in life. And at the end, God never knows what time when he's coming. He don't care about your outfit, what you got on when you go to church, or when he come to get you. When God come to get a person, he don't care what you got on. So all that stuff that people show up to do on Sundays, it's false advertisement sometimes. That's why I joined the churches that I joined to be members of. I'm a proud member of C3. It was C3, but it's called Hope Front Church now. Proud member. I watch them online. Proud member of Cross Assemblies. Very proud member. You know why? Because you come as you are. And they teach you how to get in and get out. It don't take all day to preach a sermon. It don't. Even the word itself is short. It gets straight to the message. Those churches are structured to get you in, get you out. But it's more important for you to play your role and play your part when you get home. Prayer life, lifestyle. Like I say, I'm not perfect. I have my flaws. But I allow myself my $2 or $2 to $5 is for my personal expense. I might have one drink, or I might have one cigarette. Not even a cigarette, it's a Black & Mild wood tip. That's it. Don't knock me for that. Don't judge me for that. Don't judge me for that. No one's perfect. But don't knock me, don't judge me, and don't block your blessing for trying to call out my flaws or expose me. I don't do nothing around my son. I don't put nothing around my son that's harmful. He's never going to be in harm's danger. So I wish people would quit playing with me. Because like I said, they may think they get the last laugh. No, God always get the last laugh. And the Holy Spirit start moving. And sickness start falling upon people in their family bloodline from down the line. They don't know why. It's because, hey, they should have they need certain situations, need to walk away. No matter what it may look like to other people in the world, sometimes doing what they may think is right may not be right, according to to the word, not the world, but to the word. The Holy Spirit is always going to totally move and operate differently. This thing is real. I wish people would stop trying to come in between something that God put into place. Y'all be blessed, be encouraged. Get into that word. Feed that spirit, man, just as much as you feed that natural. Y'all be blessed.